everyone, and welcome to Cooking on Demand from Common Threads. The recipe of the day is chicken shawarma. My name is Dubravka Wawi. I'm your chef instructor for the day. Chicken shawarmas are street foods eaten in all the Middle East, in countries like Lebanon, Syria, Palestine, Egypt, and Jordan. Today, we're gonna be cooking the Palestinian chicken shawarma. Hello everyone, we are here at our local grocery store to get all the ingredients that we'll be using on our recipe today. Come on, follow me. And remember to always carry your shopping list when you come to the grocery store. Our shopping is done, so we're ready to go and cook our recipe. See you at home. And we are home, ready to cook. Let's do it. Well, we are back from our local grocery store, and we have here the ingredients that we're gonna use on our recipe. For the chicken shawarma, we will need some olive oil for sauteing, tahini sauce or paste that will be used in our dressing, pickles, whole wheat pita bread, flat bread. In this case, we're using whole wheat tortillas, 2 chicken breasts, onions, tomatoes, garlic, lemon or limes for our dressing. For the marination of the chicken, we're gonna use black pepper, some plain yogurt, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, a pinch of nutmeg, and the start of the spices of today, which is sumac. Sumac is spice from the Middle East that has a tart and wonderful flavor and also imparts a little bit of red color. So let's get ready to cook. Part of cooking safely is following all the guidelines. We have our mise en place, which means all our ingredients are here ready. I'm just gonna go and wash the vegetables. Take the chicken breast out of the package. You will never wash the chicken. Chicken stays just like that. We're just gonna get it out of the package. Make sure that you do not contaminate your ready-to-eat ingredients. Raw ingredients on one side, chicken breast on the other side. Wash your hands thoroughly every time you change ingredients or you touch raw meat. And we're working now on our chicken breast. We're gonna cut it in thin strips so they will cook really fast. Remember to use separate cutting boards for raw meat and separate cutting boards for ready to eat fruits, vegetables, bread, whatever you are not gonna cook. So we cook thin slices that will be done on the skillet in no time. Remember, we're gonna marinate these chicken breasts. So bear claw, and if we're cooking with our children, make sure that this part maybe is done by an adult or by an older child to avoid any accidents. We're done with our chicken breast. It's already cut into thin strips. We're gonna take our cutting board and our knife and wash it, sanitize it, and we'll come back and do the marination. Let's marinate our chicken. We're gonna use 1/4 cup of lemon juice or lime juice if you don't have it. You can even also use a little bit of vinegar, 1/4 cup of plain yogurt, garlic powder, onion powder, bit of nutmeg, paprika, black pepper, sumac, and cumin. So let's get busy. So let's juice these lemons, and maybe we'll use also a lime. Remember that we're gonna use a portion of this lemon juice for the marination, but we're also gonna use some of this for our tahini dressing. So I'm gonna squeeze those lemons and have them ready. We're gonna mix this really, really well. We're gonna cover it with film and give it at least 2 to 4 hours. It's better if you do it overnight. Cover and refrigerate. Remember, we don't want to contaminate anything in the refrigerator. Cover and ready to go to the refrigerator for 2 to 4 hours or overnight to keep it at the right temperature, safe, without contaminating any of the other foods in the refrigerator. While we wait for our chicken to marinate in the refrigerator, we're gonna prep all our toppings, our tahini sauce, all those delicious things that we're gonna put in our sandwich. So we have here some onion, and we're gonna practice some basic chopping skills. So for the onion, we're gonna cut it in half, and against all the odds, we're gonna keep the roots, because the roots help us stabilize all the layers of the onion, and let us make beautiful either slices or even dice it. So for the recipe that we're gonna make today, we're gonna make thin slices of onions. So bare claw. So we don't chop our fingers, and we go 1, 2. As thin or as thick as you like them. I like them thin. You see? And then rocking motion on your knife. Beautiful. And we'll place them in a bowl. That's what a mise en place is all about. Remember that every time we change a product or use a new ingredient, we should sanitize or change our cutting boards. Let's work on our tomato now, and our cucumber. We can use the same board, and at the end we will chop the pickles. Let's do the cucumber. I like long slices, so let's do strips. And we can make them smaller and thinner. We can add any vegetable we want. Traditionally, we use only onions and tomatoes and pickles. But if you don't like pickles, you can use these cucumbers as well. Now let's work chopping our tomato. Again, cut it in half to stabilize it. And let's make long strips of tomato to fit in our beautiful and delicious sandwiches. Look at all these beautiful colors that we are creating, a whole rainbow on our sandwich. We're having the protein from the chicken that we have marinating. We have vegetables, tomatoes, onions, cucumbers, and pickles. We're gonna have some good fats in the tahini sauce. We have also lemon juice there. And we're gonna have our whole grain in the tortilla or the flatbread that we're gonna use. Let's again clean our surface to start with a different product. We already have cleaned our cutting board. Now we're getting ready to chop our pickles. And we have here some nice small dill pickles. They're gonna give our sandwiches a delicious, tangy flavor. We cut again everything in half like we have said, and stabilize and make the thin slices. Shawarmas come in different shapes and sizes, you know. Shawarmas are very much like tacos al pastor in the sense that they are grilled on a trompo, which is like a round grill that goes in a vertical way, and grill the outside of the meat. As you cut pieces of the meat, some more areas of the trompo or the shawarma maker start grilling the rest of the meat. You can have shawarmas, chicken shawarmas, lamb shawarmas, beef shawarmas, and other proteins. This is a wonderful meal that we're gonna have today. Personally, I love pickles. I love the texture and the flavor. And since my husband is Lebanese and we lived in the Middle East, Lebanese people love their turnips and beet pickles. And here, these are homemade. I have also some pickled onions with it because I love that red, vibrant color. We're gonna add some of that also to our sandwiches. You can also add some jalapenos for those who like spicy. Remember, nobody said that you cannot eat one more vegetable in your food. The more vegetable, the better. So let's chop some of these pickles and have them ready for our sandwiches. They will be a great addition. And now it's time to prepare our tahini sauce, also called taratur sauce. We're gonna shake the bottle of tahini so all the oils mix with the thick part and we have a good homogeneous paste. We're gonna use approximately 1/3 to 1/2 cup of tahini paste. Tahini paste is made out of sesame seeds. It's quite nutritious and it will lend a lot of flavor to our sandwiches. We're gonna use approximately 1/4 cup or 1/2 cup, as much as you like. If you like it really tart, then you can put more lemon juice. This is about 1/3 cup of lemon juice. We will add just a tiny pinch of salt. Remember, we have pickles, we have our chicken that has been marinated, and those things have salt, so we don't want to overdo it. Just a little touch. We're gonna mix it all. And as you impart some speed, this becomes, look how viscous it becomes. We need to add a little bit of water. Little by little, so we don't make it extremely watery. Just a little. And we add a little bit of garlic. If you have fresh garlic, that will be better. If you don't have fresh garlic, then you can use a little bit of powdered garlic as well. So I think this is very viscous. We're gonna add a little bit more of water. But it's like magic. You see how watery we started and how viscous it has become. Really, really pasty. I have here some fresh garlic, but as I said, you can use powdered garlic as well. I'm gonna use my handy dandy garlic presser and just gonna Give it a little squeeze. And we have a beautiful taratur sauce for our sandwiches. We can still add a little bit more water if we want it a little thinner, or we can keep it that way. It's a matter of taste and preference. I like it a little bit thinner, so I'm gonna add just a touch more. Well, we're back with our chicken already marinated. Delicious and beautiful. Remember that this recipe only yields 4 portions, so 4 sandwiches. At home we are 8, so I doubled that recipe today to fit our family's needs. We're gonna turn on the skillet and we're gonna grill it or pan sear it in a tiny bit of olive oil. The beauty of making shawarmas at home is the fact that you can control the amount of fat, the amount of sodium or salt in the recipe, because you are making your own spice mix. And I love spices because they lend a lot of flavor to our recipes without adding any calories, any fat, any sodium. So let's get started. In this little bit of oil, we're gonna put some pieces of shawarma, chicken, all marinated, beautiful. We can also do this in the oven at high temperature. But for today, we're gonna pan sear them on the skillet. A non-stick pan or non-reactive pan is perfect for this. You can also use a cast iron pan. It will give you a nice grill flavor. So let's give it some space there, not crowd the pan so much. Get it nicely coated and sear on one side before we turn it to the other side. Let's turn now our little chicken pieces. They are beautifully caramelized. Remember, when we work with chicken or with meat, temperature is very important. We need to cook our meat properly. For chicken, it's 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Very easy. If you don't have a thermometer, if the chicken is not running any juices, you're pretty much sure that it's fully cooked. We slice it very thinly, so it's not gonna take us a long time to have it ready. So remember, we have to work cleanly. I have a new tongue to move this chicken because now it's cooked. We have a different one to work with raw chicken, but for now we're using this one. This chicken is completely cooked and delicious. We're not gonna dry it up. We're gonna put it in this container and wait to make our sandwiches. And now we're ready to assemble these beautiful chicken shawarma sandwiches. Look how beautiful. Our whole grain, whole wheat flour tortilla. You can use pita bread or any other flat bread that you can find, lavish but this is what I found at my local store. We're gonna put first a little bit of that tahine or taratur sauce that will help us keep everything in place, and it gives a creaminess and more flavor to our sandwich. So here we have just a little bit. Let's put some chicken strips. Beautiful. Look how caramelized they are. They look fabulous and smell so delicious in this house. Okay, let's put about 3 to 4 ounces, no more. That's a perfect portion. We're gonna put our rainbow of colors. Red for lycopene, delicious. Green of the pickles, some purple anthocyanin, full of flavor. And I also have here some delicious green fresh cucumbers, some delicious red onions that I pickle at home, some beets that are pickled also. I love those. And we're gonna add a little bit of the sumac or semek powder. It's delicious. You can add a little bit of parsley, mint, whatever you feel like adding in terms of vegetables, the more the merrier. We're gonna close it like a burrito. You can also eat it like a gyros, just like this. But I like closing them because that's how I've been eating it all my life, and that's how they are sold in the Middle East. So I'm gonna use the paper that I have underneath to kind of roll them up. And we're gonna put it in a panini maker to make them crispy. You can use also a comal. Any pan will also do the trick. And this is how we make chicken shawarma Palestinian style. Look how beautiful this platter looks. It has everything. Your whole grain, your protein in that chicken, your vegetables like a rainbow of colors with the pickles and the tomatoes and the onions and cucumbers. And I added these baked sweet potatoes. They are the perfect complement to this sandwich. So delicious.